This is the beautiful style that I'm recreating today. I got the inspiration from Pinterest, so I decided to make it for myself. So this is the outcome of what I made. Mine was shorter than the style I have on my thumbnail because I was not having enough fabric to achieve the exact style. But I will be telling you the exact measurement you need to achieve the length on the thumbnail. Please make sure you watch to the end. At the end of this video, if you find my tutorial helpful, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two. I'll be cutting the back part first. For this kind of style, you need to cut the back part first so that you won't waste your fabric. So I'll start marking my vertical measurement. I'll mark from my shoulder to 10.5 inches for my armhole opening. I will mark 17.5 for my half length. I will rule my lines out. After ruling it out, I will mark from my shoulder to my hip measurement, which is 26 inches. From my shoulder to my knee length is 35 inches. Full length of the gown is 40 inches plus 2 inches hemming allowance. You can make it 45 inches if you want it to be longer. So I will mark my shoulder width, which is 16 inches. I divided it by 2. I have 8 inches. From my shoulder width line, I will mark 8 inches for my sleeve length. I'll be adding 1 inch band to the sleeve, making it 9 inches. So after that, the next thing I will mark now is my neck width. I marked 3.5 inches for the neck width, and the back neck depth I used 1 inch. After that, I will curve it. After covering it out, I will mark 1.5 inches for my shoulder slant, and I will slant it to the neck width the way you see me doing. So the next thing now is to divide my bust measurement by 4. I will add extra 2 inches for ease allowance. If you like, you can make it more free, but for me I added 2 inches and 1 inch for sewing allowance. On my half length line, I will place quarter of my round waist there. I will add 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance, and I will connect it. On the hip line, I will divide my hip measurement by 4. We add extra 3 inches for ease allowance and 1 inch for sewing allowance. I added 3 inches for ease allowance because of the drawstring, so that it won't be too tight. After marking your hip measurement, you rule it straight to the hem. So I will curve the armhole now. Please note that you will not place any measurement on your knee line. After marking your hip measurement, just rule it straight to the hem. I'll go ahead now and cut it out. So I have this pattern paper that I'll be using to cut out the front part. This is 1 inch joining allowance I added on the center front. So I'll fold it in. I will now bring the back part that I've cut. I'll place it on the pattern paper. After placing it, you use your pin to hold it. I will go off camera now and trim it out. I'll cut exactly what I cut on the back part, and I'll come back and show you. I've gone ahead to cut it out. This is what I have when I was done cutting it. I cut exactly what I cut on my back part. Can you see? So the next thing I'll do now is to measure my front neck depth. I use 7.5 inches for the front neck depth. If you like, you can make it 8 inches. After that, I will draw my V neckline the way you see me doing. So I will cut the V neckline out now. After cutting it out, the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut the design on the front. To do that, I'll come down by 17.5, which is my half length. To give it that slanted shape, I will come down from my shoulder to 23 inches. You can come up by 3 inches from your hip line. So after that, I will slant it this way. The line is not straight, it's curved. Can you see what I have? So I will go ahead now and cut it out. Cutting it out, I will transfer it to my fabric. Please pay close attention on this part. So I have my fabric here that I'll be using. I'll place the red one first, and I'll place the other fabric right side facing the right side. Can we see what I have here? So I will now place the upper part, that's from the shoulder to the half length. So I'll pin it down. After pinning it down, I will add my sewing allowance on the down part. I'll be joining it with the lower part. So after adding my half inch sewing allowance, I will now cut it out. To cut the lower part, I will place the yellow fabric first. If you remember, I placed the red fabric when I was cutting the upper part. If you did not place it that way, you will not get it right. So I will place the yellow one right side facing the right side, the way you see me doing, or you can as well place the upper part this way. If you check very well, you'll see that it's matching. For the upper part, the red will go with the yellow, while for the lower part, the red will go with the yellow also. That's the trick here. If you don't place it well, you will not get it right. I'll go ahead now and place the lower part on the folded fabric. I'll cut it out and come back and show you. So I've cut it out. I also added the ½ inch sewing allowance. I'll be joining it. Can you see? That's how you add your sewing allowance. So I will unpin it and I'll place it now for you to see what I have. This is the combination. Can you see that it's matching? Please, if you find my tutorial helpful, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell for more interesting videos. So I'll go to my sewing machine and join it. So after joining it, I'll fold another fabric so that I can cut out the facing for the front part. So can you see how I place it? I'll cut my facing now. You can use any length for your facing. After cutting it out, I will slash it open. So I will also cut for the back part the same way I cut for the front. I'll first of all fold it in this way and I will sew it. Place it right side facing the right side of material. After that, I'll also cut for the back part. This is my back facing. I'll also sew my back facing the same way I sew the front part. So after that, you iron it well. I've attached the facing. After sewing the facing, the next thing I'll do now is to join the front part. I'll place the two parts right side facing the right side. We stitch it down with the 1 inch sewing allowance I added, but I will stop 1 inch before the hem because I will be folding the hem separately. So after that, I will iron my hemming gum on the facing so that it will stick together. This is the down part. I did not sew it to the hem because I want to be folding the down part separately. If you like, you can fold it before joining the center front. The next thing is to create a hole for my drawstring. I will fold it in with 1/4 inch. I'll fold it again. I'll leave ½ inch for the hole. I will stitch on it. So this is when I was done folding the hem of the dress. I will stitch it down. So this is the rope that I have. I have 1 inch for my rope. I'll fold it this way and I will stitch on it. So this is what I have when I was done stitching on it. Can you see the rope? After folding my rope, I was having ½ inch and the length is 15 inches. I have 2 here. So I will use my safety pin now to insert it. Just watch what I'm doing, you get it right. Insert it on one of the hole and you push it. I want it to stop 1 inch above the waistline, so that's where I will stop. After inserting the 2 ropes, I will open up the stitch that I make so that I can bring out the safety pin. But before then, use your office pin to hold the rope down. The rope will not go down when you want to bring out your safety pin. I will open up the stitch that I made. So I use my seam ripper to open it up. After that, I'll bring out the safety pin. Then I'll close it and stitch down the rope. That's what you have. Can you see? So I came up by 1 inch from the waistline. That's where the rope stopped. If you like, you can make it 2 inches. So after that, I will join the 2 shoulder and I will shape the both side. Go off camera and attach my band on the sleeve. Thanks for watching.